Well, hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to London. Welcome to the official weigh-in ahead of Championship Boxing. Saturday night, we are back at British Boxing's spiritual home of York Hall, live on TNT Sports from 7 o'clock. There is not one, there is not two, but there are three title fights. The headline, a middleweight scrap, an absolute cracker between Denzel Bentley and Danny Dignum. Cannot wait for that one. So much more. And today, it's all about weighing these fighters in. We're going to start with 8-round international cruiserweight contest. And we'll first welcome to the scales with a record of 10 wins, only 2 defeats and 2 draws from Riga, Latvia, Milan Volkovs. It looks like we may have gone a tad early. We do need a board inspector up here to just check the weight, make sure it's all official. So bear with us one moment while the board official, here he is, comes and joins us on the scales. Won't be weighing in himself, but please take to the scale, sir. £199. All right, now let's welcome to the scales his opponent, unbeaten with a record of 7 wins and no defeats, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. He joins us from Mainz, Germany. Please welcome Oronzo Berardi. £198 for Oronzo Berardi. We'll get a face-off now, right here between the fighters. This will be 8 rounds in the Cruiserweight division tomorrow evening at York Hall.
Face off. That'll do, boys. Thank you.
There we have it, 8 rounds in the Cruiserweight division tomorrow evening at York Hall. Oronzo Berardi and Milan Volkovs. Our next contest that we will be weighing in now is 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Let's first welcome to the scales, competing in his 11th professional fight, joining us from Romania, Ioan Alexandru Lutic. £157 for Ioan Alexandru Lutic. Now let's welcome to the scales his opponent. He is unbeaten with a record of 5 wins and no defeats, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Joining us from Northampton, Big Ben Fair. £157 for Big Ben Fail. This will be a middleweight contest tomorrow evening at York Hall. Fight number 6 for Ben Fail.
Face off, boys. That'll do, boys. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, 6 rounds in the middleweight division tomorrow evening live from York Hall. Our next contest will be 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Let's first welcome to the scales, competing in his 17th professional fight, joining us from Cali, Colombia, John Henry Mosquera. John Henry Mosquera will be taking on Khalid Ali, the unbeaten super welterweight, tomorrow evening.
Always looking well. 450. So agreed at 154 now.
151 pounds for John Henry Mosquera. Now let's welcome to the scales his opponent. He is unbeaten with a record of 7 wins and no defeats, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome from Brick Lane, Khalid the Bengal Tiger Ali. 154 pounds for Khalid Ali. This will be 6 rounds in the super welterweight division tomorrow evening. A reminder, we are live from 7 o'clock on TNT Sports. The headline, Denzel Bentley and Danny Dignum, cracking middleweight scrap. And we're looking at Khalid Ali and John Henry Mosquera.
You're going to get cooked. Damn right.
6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Always good to get an idea of what these fighters say to each other up there. Our next contest, 6 rounds in the cruiserweight division. Let's first welcome to the scales, competing in his 17th professional contest, joining us from Lithuania, Victor Shvarku. Victor Shvarku will be taking on Tommy Fletcher, who has one of the best nicknames in boxing, the Norfolk Nightmare. He'll be taking to the scales very, very shortly. We're about to get a look at his opponent tomorrow evening, Victor Shvarku. £204. And now let's welcome to the scales his opponent, unbeaten with a record of 7 wins and no defeats, with 6 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Tommy the Norfolk Nightmare Fletcher. £204 for Tommy Fletcher, who almost knocked out the official. So good start to fight week for Tommy Fletcher. Let's get the face off.
Face front, boys. Face front, Tom. Thank you.
All right, 6 rounds in the cruiserweight division. That looks like a cracking scrap. Plenty of tension up there between the 2 cruiserweights. It's now time to welcome to the scales 2 fighters competing 8 rounds in the super featherweight division. Let's first welcome, competing in his 15th professional fight, joining us from Brazil, Jonatas de Oliveira. 133 pounds. And now let's welcome to the scales his opponent. He is unbeaten with a record of 9 wins and no defeats, with 5 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome Royston Barney Smith. 132 pounds for Royston Barney Smith. This will be 8 rounds in the super featherweight division tomorrow evening. Fight number 10 for Royston Barney Smith. Okay, 8 rounds in the super featherweight division tomorrow evening. One of Britain's most exciting talents, Royston Barney Smith. Fight number 10 for him. Our next contest, it will be 8 rounds again in the super featherweight division. Let's first welcome to the scales, competing in his 34th professional fight, joining us from Buenos Aires, Argentina, Facundo Arce. Facundo Arce will be taking on Archie Sharp tomorrow evening. Archie Sharp, one of the best super featherweights in the country at the moment, big ambitions himself. Let's have a look at his opponent on the scales. £133 for Facundo Arce. Okay, let's welcome to the scales his opponent. He is unbeaten with a record of 24 wins and no defeats, with 9 big wins coming by way of knockout. He's the former WBO European and WBO Global Champion. Please welcome Archie Sharpshooter Sharp. £134 for Archie Sharpshooter Sharp. Remember, we'll be live from 7 o'clock on TNT Sports. There will be some fights live on the Queensbury YouTube channel before that. So a busy night of boxing from British Boxing's spiritual home of York Hall. We're about to get a look at Archie Sharp taking on Facundo Arce tomorrow evening. Okay, 8 rounds in the super featherweight division tomorrow evening. The return of Archie, the Sharpshooter Sharp, taking on Facundo Arce.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
All right, now let's start welcoming to the scales the first of 3 title fights at York Hall, live on TNT Sports tomorrow evening. This one's an absolute cracker. Let's welcome first, this is for the EBU Silver Featherweight Championship. Let's first welcome the challenger. He is unbeaten with a record of 14 wins and no defeats, with 7 wins coming by way of knockout. He's the reigning British and Commonwealth champion. Please welcome from Bearsden, Scotland, Nathaniel the Nightmare Collins. £125 and 5 ounces for Nathaniel Collins. He is the challenger tomorrow evening. Now let's welcome to the scales his opponent. He has a record of 18 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Joining us from Cambiano, Italy, he is the reigning, defending EBU Silver Champion. Please welcome Francesco Grandelli. 125 pounds and 5 ounces. Both fighters make championship weight. EBU Silver Featherweight Championship on the line tomorrow evening. One of 3 title fights on TNT Sports. We'll get some photos down the front and a final face-off between these fighters. Fantastic featherweight fight this. Nathaniel Collins, the unbeaten British and Commonwealth champion, stepping up to European level now, taking on the EBU Silver Featherweight champion here, Francesco Grandelli.
That's right.
Face off, boys, please. Long straight in. Barely in. Long straight in, yeah? Do, gents.
Okay, there we have it. 12 rounds for the EBU Silver Featherweight Championship, one of 3 title fights live on TNT Sports tomorrow evening. Now let's welcome to the scales the next contest. It's for the WBC International Super Featherweight Championship. Let's first welcome to the scales the challenger with a record of 13 wins, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the former Southern Area champion, the former English champion and the former British champion. Please welcome from Chingford, Liam Dillon. 129 pounds and 5 ounces for the challenger, Liam Dillon. All right, now let's welcome to the scales. He is unbeaten with a record of 14 wins and no defeats, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He's the reigning defending WBC International Super Featherweight champion, Ryan the Piranha Garner. 130 pounds exactly for Ryan Garner. Both fighters make championship weight. 3 title fights. 3 ounces over. Is that correct? 3 ounces over. So he's got. So we're just going to double check Ryan Garner's weight.
Here we go.
So Ryan Garner is 130 pounds and 2 ounces. That's with boxer shorts off. So he'll come back, right? So Ryan Garner will have to return and make weight. It's a championship fight. Needs to make 130 pounds. He's currently 2 ounces over. Shouldn't take too much to get that weight off. We'll get the pictures and the face-off. Okay, 10 rounds for the WBC International Super Featherweight Championship. Ryan Garner just a couple of ounces over, so he will come back and weigh in to make sure he's on championship weight. Cracker tomorrow night at York Hall. Now let's welcome to the scales the main event participants. Let's first welcome, with a record of 16 wins, only 1 defeat and 1 draw, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. He's the former WBO European champion. Please welcome from Basildon, Danny Dignum. WBO International Middleweight Championship on the line tomorrow evening. The main event, Danny Dignum taking on Denzel Bentley. Will be live from 7 o'clock on TNT Sports. There will be some fights live on the Queensbury YouTube channel beforehand. Let's have a look at Danny Dignum, one half of the main event on the scales. 159 pounds and 1 ounce for Danny Dignum. Now let's welcome to the scales with a record of 18 wins, 3 defeats and 1 draw, with 15 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here's a former 2-time British middleweight champion from Battersea, Denzel "Too Sharp" Bentley! 158 pounds and 2 ounces for Denzel Bentley. Both fighters make championship weight. The vacant WBO International Middleweight title on the line, live on TNT Sports tomorrow. Get some photos and a face-off. Your main event tomorrow evening, 12 rounds for the WBO International Middleweight Championship, Denzel Bentley and Danny Dignum. Do not go anywhere. We're going to have a chat with some of the people in this room on the stream. Well, welcome back. I'm joined by a rose between two thorns, apparently. That's a bit out of order, Adam. Come on, mate. Make an effort here. Tommy Fletcher, you are fighting tomorrow night. Great to see you fighting again. You normally knock people out. What can we expect tomorrow from you?
You're going to see a good performance from myself, and if I knock him out, then that's what it will be. But you know what? I'm just trying to win and look well doing it. Keep leveling up and keep the journey going. But yeah, I'm doing well.
What did you make of your opponent up there? That was quite a tense face-off.
Yeah, they're always tense, aren't they? But I mean, he's a big boy, isn't he? He's a big boy. I know he campaigned at heavyweight, so he's coming down. But listen, it makes no odds to me. If I hit him clean on the chin, he's going to sleep. That's that. Like if I hit any of these cruiserweights, I believe I can hurt any of them. Same as it's this cruiserweight boxing. Everyone can punch, so that's how it goes, isn't it?
Adam, you are of course the manager. You've been waxing lyrical about Tommy for a little while, basically echoing what he said. If you hit someone clean on the chin, they tend to go to sleep. You must be excited about his progress so
Yeah,
far.
very much so. Tommy was a very, talented and decorated amateur, and he comes with that extra bit of power, which is very, very exciting. And he's shown that, one of his knockouts 3-4 fights ago was one of the knockouts of the year. And Tommy's developing. He's developing really well under Mark. And yeah, another stage in the development tomorrow. So very exciting for Tommy.
And how long can you keep this cruiserweight thing up for? Because you are huge. You must be, 6'7", right? And the rest of it as well. But you're a young man. How long are you thinking about cruiserweight?
Yeah, no, I'm making cruiserweight well at the minute, but like you said, I'm still young. I'm only 22 years old, so I could fill out a lot more yet. Obviously, when you're mature and your bones get denser and that, and you get heavier naturally. But right now, I'll make cruiserweight very well. This fight's matched that a little bit heavier, but listen, no matter what the fight is, if I got proposed a heavyweight fight, it's for big money, I'll take it. So it makes no odds to me.
I'm sure you would. And you've had him sparring Joe Joyce, and
Yeah.
he spars heavyweights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got that power, power that some cruiserweights have, light heavyweights, like Deontay Wilder, have that crazy power. And I think Tommy's got a similar build to him, actually, bigger legs, but similar build to Deontay Wilder. He's got huge power, which will, I think, go through to heavyweight for Tommy. But you're right, he's young. I think he should be boxing at cruiserweight now, and we see what we do in that journey. And then if he wants to step up, he steps up.
Listen, you're both good boxing brains as well. Look, while I've got you, I want to get your Fury Usyk predictions. We're only like a week away. I know, like you, you're probably I'm like you, changing my mind all the time. What are you thinking right now, Adam?
I thought Usyk. I really thought Usyk. I think he's such a class act. I thought Usyk by decision. But then you look, Tyson's in good shape. Most people think a good big 'un beats a good little 'un. That's what they say. It's hard. I want Tyson to win. I want the Brit to win for what he does. So we haven't had an undisputed world champ since the last millennium. So
yeah.
I want it to be Tyson Fury. I think it'll be Usyk.
What do you reckon, Norfolk Nightmare?
You know what? I keep changing my mind all the time. I really want Tyson to win. Obviously, British and that, and it's a massive fight. But you know what? Usyk is a very, very good operator. Very good operator. But yeah, Tyson's in great shape. He looks very well. You know what? He talks a talk. If he walks a walk, and then he'll win, won't he? So I think if he performs how he did against Ngannou, it'll be a very tough night. Because, you know what I mean? It'll be a very, very tough night. Usyk is no idiot at all. He's been round the block 2 or 3 times to say, actually. He's been around the block a few times.
I don't think you could ever call Usyk an idiot.
Yeah. Of course not. No, don't quote me on that. Definitely not. But no, it's a tough night, and I really want Tyson to win. But you know what? I think the best man will win on the night. But if they fight again, it could be a different result. Who knows? So we'll see.
Very diplomatic. Have you been media training this young man? Very diplomatic answers.
Just the Norfolk way.
The Norfolk way. Listen, another one. Just because you've been in camp, Joe Joyce, of course, the manager, Zhilei Zhang against Deontay Wilder, a man with similar dimensions to you, apart from the legs, that, as you pointed out. Break that one down for me, Adam.
Yeah, look. Obviously, Joe fought Zhang twice, lost twice. We were talking about the Wilder fight earlier this year, and we looked at that. Tough fight to call. I mean, I think they're the 2 biggest hitters in the division. That's the first thing I'd say. I think the reason why Zhang will get beaten is if you take him past 6 rounds, as you saw with Parker. Take him past 6 rounds. So clever boxers like Parker, take him past 6 rounds, tire him out, win late. I'm not sure Wilder's got the ability to do that. Is it? I mean, most people will bill it as who lands first. I think Zhang is an underrated boxer and has excellent power. I don't think Wilder is what he was. I'd go Zhang.
You're going with Zhang. Well, look, they're both Olympic medalists.
Yeah.
Sometimes you forget about Deontay Wilder. He was bronze medalist as well. What do you think, Tommy?
You know what? I'm going to side with Zhang, to tell you the truth. I think Zhang's a very underrated fighter, I think. Very underrated. And, you know, how he shapes up and that, I think he's going to give Wilder a lot of trouble. And I think... I don't think Wilder's the same fighter as what he was a few fights ago. I think in his last fight he really got exploited in his actual technical boxing ability, and I think if Zhang puts him on his heels, he might get chinned, I think, truthfully. But if Wilder lands that big backhand on him, Zhang will go to sleep, right? No questions asked, I think. But I think Zhang will win that one.
I mean, Wilder can fight anyone at any stage of his career. He's so marketable. he could lose 10 in a row, and we'll still be here going, well, if he lands that right hand.
Yeah. He's always got that big right hand regardless.
So he's really box office.
That's a great point. And that is the main event on June the 1st. Of course, the main event tomorrow night, it's Denzel Bentley, Danny Dignum. But the reason we're speaking to you is because you're back. So what is your prediction ahead of tomorrow night, Tommy Fletcher's big return?
On whose fight? My fight? Or,
you.
Oh, my fight. Yeah, I think, you know what, first few rounds I'm going to come out, have a look at him. I want to get my jab going well. I want to look well boxing, and hopefully I land a nice shot on him and see how it goes. But you know what, I'm not going to make any silly predictions, say, oh, I'll knock him out, he's a one-round job, because this is boxing, anything can happen. So I'm going to take it very seriously and very calculated. So
this sounds like a more mature Tommy Fletcher.
Yeah.
Used to say all sorts.
Yeah, no, I'm just, you know what, this is a boxing journey, and as you go up the levels, you got to realise people ain't one-round jobs. You got to box, and you got to look well, and you've got to win. So a win is a win, how I was saying it.
Good man. Final one with yourself, Adam. What's going on with Joe Joyce?
Joe Joyce is looking to get back out end of July, looking for a big show in London for Joe to headline end of July, and we're just talking with Queensberry about opponents. Got some really exciting opponents that we're talking about, bringing Joe back up, and then after that, Saudi for Joe Joyce against a Parker or a Dubois. Love to see him get that WBO interim back, and by that stage it might be the full title. So that's the Joe Joyce journey. Big headline end of July, back in Saudi winning the world title later in the year.
Fantastic. All right, very much looking forward to it, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for joining us. That was the official weigh-in, all done, 3 title fights. Tomorrow night, TNT Sports, live from British Boxing's spiritual home of York Hall from 7 o'clock. We'll see you then.